Next issue is an issue that I call, hey, boss, don't microchip me. So there have been proposals that employers, this starts in other states, are asking, it always starts out voluntary, for employees to have a microchip under their skin, like in their hand, let's say, so that you just wave it in front of a reader, and it's used for security or getting into a building or accessing certain areas. It's supposed to be really convenient. But of course, this idea horrifies a lot of people. So a bill has been introduced by Representative Breanne Thomas she represents Seattle and Vashon. She's a Democrat. Her bill is HB 2303, and it would, very simple, prohibit any employer from requesting, requiring, or coercing employees to have a microchip implanted under their skin. This is an obvious idea, if you ask me. And the problem with these proposals, and again, this has started in some other states, is it starts out voluntary, and then before you know it, the boss is saying, no, it's mandatory. The other part of coercion is they'll say something, the company, let's say, sometimes the government does this. Hey, we're not forcing you to do anything. We're just going to make your life really, really difficult until you comply. So these mandates, whether it's in the private sector or the public sector, are always suspicious when they start out supposedly voluntary. Usually there's some kind of suggested coercion behind it. So Representative Thomas is getting ahead of this problem. We commend her for it. And this should be a very popular bipartisan idea. It is certainly something that Washington Policy Center would support. And we'll see how that bill does. It also brings up this apocalyptic future of science fiction that you hear about, where people are being turned into robots or, advance and be mechanized. The more digital technology we have, the better. It's the first step to a brave new world. I know that this all sounds kind of over the top, but we have seen that ideas start out small and then they tend to grow. It reminded me, from a policy point of view, of the original thinking of the Social Security number that was enacted first in the 1930s. It only applied to people who were in the workforce, number one. And number two, the government only assigned you a Social Security number when you got your first job. So when you entered the workforce, you got a number. Well, here we are today in the modern world, and Social Security numbers are now issued mandatorily to every baby that's born in the United States. So it went from being a number for workers and for a social insurance program like Social Security to now it's our national identification number that applies to everybody. So I'm just explaining that that's the way these things grow, and we need to watch out. I'm not necessarily saying that Social Security numbers are bad. It's just that they start out small and then gradually expand, and by the way, become a mandate for everyone. So it's something to watch out for.
Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory go to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak Wadash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahushai is the name of His Son, whom the world in ignorance calls God and Jesus Christ. We need to call upon the true names, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahushai. Double honor unto the apostles, elder bishops, and elders of great millstone that rule well, and that taught us His truth. Salutations to the sincere Achim out there that are pushing the doctrine to wake up the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We need to go back to our true nationality to be able to know what we're into, and to be able to know what we need to be doing in the future, as of today. You understand? Because this world is going down, and the Lord's wrath will be unleashed upon all the enemies of Yeshua. You understand? And a lot of our enemies are even our own people, that rather stick to these names, Haitian, African, African American or whatever, Negro, instead of, or Cape Verdean, Latino, Latina. You understand? Instead of being one of the tribes that you see on the screen. You understand? So this is really our history, and it's very important. The thing that is going to happen in the future, in the near future, is the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. You understand? Revelation 13 and 16, and He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark. And that word mark goes into charachma, which goes into the edging of the skin. And it goes into charax, which goes into the palisade or something pointy, because that is symbolizing this device that I just showed you. This. Because this is what these people are using. So, and you have clips of that. And I'm going to just show you that. And that goes to charax, which means to write down information, to record, or, and that's something that these devils are going to do. To put your license on there, your birth certificate, your job history, everything, your blood type, your medical files, everything is going to be on there. And it's going to be also a key and a form of new payment, a new way to do business, to do transactions. Because that is what these people are forcing us to go into.
The city of Lund.
Of course, fair use. So like a fair use. Understand? And here you see like these people that are also having these chip parties. You understand?
I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it there. I feel like this is the future. It's the next big thing.
Who are a DAP ticket or bank card in the country, there's plenty of change. But now there's a whole new sort of evolution going on. I'm here to meet some of the thousands of people in the country who are adapting their own bodies, who are inserting microchips under their skin. It means they may never have to carry a house key, train ticket, or bank card ever again.
You see, so this is what Esau Edom is pushing the people into. And it's not just in America. They did it in the Netherlands. They had companies in Belgium, to that, chip their employees, and they were devotees. So they were willing and enthusiastic when it came to the taking of the MOTB. It is not mandatory as by law yet, but the scriptures show you that this is going to be the case. You see it, or devotee.
Devotee.
Or devotee.
Devotee.
Depends where you are in America or England.
Devotee.
And devotee, one who is ardently devoted to something, or so easy, or an enthusiast or advocate. You understand? And you have a lot of people that are very enthusiastic when it comes to the C-hip.
This is a microchipping party. Hannah's getting an electronic chip implanted into her hand. She believes one day we'll all be chipped like her. So
yeah, and she's right, because that's so even a heathen, she can see a world where people are being chipped. But again, she's a devotee, someone that is enthusiastic about it. She's all smiling. Well, we know this is nothing to smile about. You understand? Because this is something that you should not be doing as a Hebrew Israelite. As one that fears Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been chipped.
The Lord ain't going to say congratulations, you understand? The Lord's going to, he's going to destroy you. You're going to feel the unmixed wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai when you take this chip. So let me go to that. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great. Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So it doesn't matter if you are small or not, in stature or it doesn't matter. you know, in society, rich or poor, free and bond, you know, if you enslaved, you're in jail or not, to receive a mark, you know, the charagma, or in their right hand or in their foreheads, you know, like Elon Musk with his brain chip, you know, through Neuralink. You know, you've seen the movies called Upgrade. So Upgrade is a movie also where, you know, a man got chipped, you know, and he was, you know, you can check it out for yourself. But, you know, that is a movie that shows you that they can mess with your mind. And I've been making videos about Dr. Jose Delgado that microchipped the bull, and he, through frequency, stopped the bull right in his tracks, because he was already busy with that. And the Russians been busy with RFID technology in the 50s, you know, and they use it in psych wards to keep the patients in a certain mindset, you know, in a certain basically lethargic state, you know, being all, you know, docile and all that, you know, to keep them under control. So, and that no man might buy or sell. So you see, this is a thing that goes into the following. So that no man might buy or sell. So you can't do business, get your groceries, pay your car note or whatever when you're out there. You can't take the bus or the train, you know, because that's what it is. You see, the world is being made ubiquitous. Everything's connected. And that's for a reason. Cars are being made more and more from you know, a normal engine to, you know, they're being developed through an, you know, electric, you know, basically a battery. And what can you do with an electric car? You can shut it off. They've been showing you that in the Fast and the Furious. They've been showing you that in Upgrade. You know, they can just straight up drive you to your nearest FEMA camp or you know, police station or whatever. You understand? So, and if you don't pay the social crediting score that is in China, that's in effect in China, they did it here with you know, the COVID ID. You know what I'm saying? So the COVID ID period also required you to take what? To take a JAB. So people that didn't comply, they got basically punished for not being down with the rules that were pushed upon them from the government on down. And this devil been pushing for a one world government, even as soon as this devil came into power. You understand? So, and that a man and that no man might buy or sell, save either at the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom, that him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. One score is 23 score is 60, 666. You see it on the right. You understand? So you see here, it goes to the shy stigma. Goes to stigma here of some shy. See, she 666. The meaning of it, they don't know, but we know what it is. This devil put 666 everywhere. You understand? So you see here, goes to stigma, a mark pricked or branded. A mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. So when you take this damn thing, this is what you're showing them, that you belong to the world, you know? And there were even some devotees, that's why I looked up the word, you know, you see here, who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their God. So you belong to the world. If you do this thing, you know.
Yes.
See how happy she is, man.
She believes one day we'll all be chipped like her. So congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been chipped.
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it.
So you see, this is how it goes down with these people, man. They actually are happy about it, but the ones that are in the spirit, they know that this is not something good, man. You understand? You see in the Strongs, to stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised, like cut or punched for recognition or ownership, i.e. figuratively scar or serve as mark. You see that? So even this word shy stigma goes to stigma. And you see that if you go to the word mark, it goes into charachma, a stamp and printed mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. And you see mark branded upon horses, things, carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. And you see a scratch or edging, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude. So you see, so this is a badge of servitude. You belong to the world, man. You understand? To the streets, to the world, basically. You're out there because you took that blood, you made it like a blood covenant, So we wouldn't, at Great Millstone, we don't advise you to take the chip, man. Don't take it. Because you have people that want to play around. Like, hey, then you take it out. Well, it's like you cutting yourself open for this damn devil and then taking that. And that shows you that you have no faith, because the scriptures say, my servant shall eat. The enemies, they shall have nothing, but we shall have abundance and be merry. You understand? And even in these days, so when the hour of temptation comes, we need to be faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's the only, way out to endure unto the end. So the word charachma goes to charax, and there's a pale, a stake, or palisade. Let me see if it's something in here. Because you can check this out for yourself, but let me see.
We'll all have
As they say, it was good being
come here together tonight because they believe this is the future. You're going to have an upgraded dad.
it was good being
And that's funny because I just used the word upgrade, the title of the movie.
human, but being a cyborg is better.
You can check this out
At
for
this
yourself.
shared office, hundreds of the workers have been microchipped. So no need for a security pass to get in. Per has had his chip for 3 years.
So I take my chip and open the door.
It means he can buy a drink without cash or a card. But for him,
Buying and selling. You have it right there. You have people from IOIC, saying it's an embargo. Then they change it up that it is like a sin or whatever they're saying right now. People are not right, man. Great Millstones teaching the truth, man. Our Apostle Tahar been saying this, man. This is the microchip, the mark of the beast. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast, man.
it's about much more than practicality. Do you enjoy being one of the first, being a pioneer of this technology?
Absolutely. A whole bunch of questions come up. Like, is this ethical? Do we want to have that? Or will we be sort of a nation of cyborgs in the future? And what will happen? So a lot of sort of really interesting discussion.
But, you see, more than 4,000 people have been chipped. But this is like 6 years ago. You understand? But I always go to these old videos because the proof is right there in front of you. And there's more.
The most cutting-edge thing about Hannes Huerblad isn't the phone in his hand.
And this is another one, from 7 years ago.
It's the microchip actually in his hand. The tiny implant is the latest advance in a biohacking technology that is steadily becoming a part of normal.
You see, you have people here.
Moving their hand to gain entrance to the gym, confirm their ID, or make payments.
There it is.
A short moment of pain, not putting them off becoming a microchip.
I don't know if I could show that.
Skin. The biohacking.
You see, so these devils are implanting themselves, man. You understand?
movement in Sweden is hosting them all over. Connect to her LinkedIn. Yeah, and Father Magnus still bear the scars of their new
And you see the same people that were in the other video.
implants. Student Hannah Herving is also freshly chipped and now just needs to program it to open doors. Although importantly for a future career, it does already connect to her LinkedIn.
Some people say I'm mad that I don't know if it's safe and all that.
This is some madness because what do? They used to say like, yeah, if your grandfather wanders off and that, you can find him. So these people know where to track you because they gave you the phone. You can't take the battery out anymore since a couple of years. Why? Because you will be always traceable through these satellites and they can find you. That's why they did it, man. Everyone, you had the Obama phone wide so they can track you and they know where you are. They can listen in, through these smart devices. And you go to the word smart. Remember like Looney Tunes, oh, that's smarts. It goes into smatten, to cause pain, to suffer pain, to be painful. You understand? To pain, to bite. Just like Fauci means jaws. To bite. And he was forcing the JAB upon a lot of people as well. This damn devils devours the people. To bite, like the scriptures say, they devour thy people. They eat them like bread. To bite into, to cause pain, hurt. And of course, it also goes into here. It goes even into stinging, causing a sharp pain. Of speech or words harsh, injurious, unpleasant. It goes into pert, impudent. So of the impertinent side of witty, impudence goes into shamelessness, to being shameless, man. So in reference, and then in the 1630s, in reference to persons quick, active, intelligent, clever. In 1620s, perhaps from the notion of cutting, wit. So you're sharp. You understand? Then they made it like, oh yeah, then we use it for, someone that is keen, that is sharp, that is quick, witty. But it comes from a sharp physical pain. You understand? Smartengeld. This is what they say in the Dutch, and that means basically money for the pain that you have suffered. So it's basically in America they always sue people and for the injuries and all that, or when something happens to one of the family members, or they shot Jacob or whatever, then they go to these lawyers and get money. And then Dutch, you get a bunch of flowers and basically that's it, man. A couple of €100. In here, the whole system is different. But the thing is, this system shows you that it's going down to the MOTB and it's going to be made mandatory. You see that? And they put it in movies, man. So, yeah, you see credit cards, trains, and you name it, man.
Det är en identifierare som är unik och som du alltid har med dig. Det är ingen risk att du förlorar. Det är
Där är kanske inte tekniken att chip hackas på det sättet.
These people are dumb. Of course people can hack into. They can hack into all types of things, man. You understand? So this is just what it is. Esau's pushing these wicked laws. So, you know, it goes to grapho, from charax to grapho, to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material like a chip. You see, to write with reference to the context of the writing, to express in written characters, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, like who you are, your ID, like they said, you know, train card, you name it. Everything will be on there. You know, again, medical files, certain things, they upload access to your job. You know, that's how they do it, man. Because you saw that young woman had to upgrade certain things so that she could have access to certain things, and that's how they do it. So if you can do that as a person, it's easy money for these people to put things on there, and especially if you take a brain chip. Oh, you can use your leg or your arm again. You know, your prosthetic arm. And they could put all types of thoughts in your mind, man. You know, you had the Manchurian candidates out there, people that were traumatized through MK Ultra. You know, the sleeping dog. And then they turn into some damn Terminator, man. Some shooters and all that. Because that's how they work, with trigger words, with certain sounds through trauma. They put that in your brain, and there you go. You know, so you have a lot of people that fell victim to MK Ultra, and MK Ultra is a real thing. You can look it up. You know what I'm saying? So you see, this is what it is, man. Go back. Don't take the chip. Why? Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, you know, this Roman Empire revived again, and you're down with the image, with the sodomy and all the BS, you know, the godlessness and things like that, that's already enough to be put to death for, because the Lord says, love not the world. You just use the world as not abusing it. You need to work, you need to do your things, but don't build your future upon this world. You need to build upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You understand? You have a lot of people that want to build upon sand, about on unstable places, man. So, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So it doesn't matter. And again, like I've explained, if you cut your flesh for this thing, that's enough, because you've been persuaded in your mind to take it. That shows you that you don't have faith. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. The righteous anger will be unleashed upon you without mixture. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see, so the Lord is going to destroy you, man. You're going to be destroyed. And the Lord comes back, you're definitely going to be deleted, man. Definitely. That brimstone, you know, is to ward off disease. And this is the future of America. Time is up. So if you want to go down with America, then, you know, they need to build upon this damn devil. Because he gonna take it down, man. Uncle Sam is, you know, it ain't no one can save her. America. So be very careful in what choices you make in the near future, because these devils, they're gonna throw you in these camps anyway. If you take the MOTB or not, you're gonna be thrown in these camps. You know, Jacob's trouble. They're gonna chase you, man. They hate you. So why are you going to take something just to what? To prolong your stay in this damn devil's hellhole? It makes no damn sense. They are against Yahweh, against Yahushai, against Yasharallah, the children of Israel, because they are only for themselves. You see it even in the world wars and in the other wars that they've been waging since they came into power. They are only for themselves. You understand? The Roman Empire revived again. The Grecians, Edomites. The Romans, Edomites. The iron mixed with the miry clays, Edomites again in the top, in the bottom of this statue of the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar, which the prophet Daniel had to break it down to the spirit of Yahweh to show him what the dream was about. Partly strong, partly weak, and this is over because the Babylonians were of gold, the kingdom. Every kingdom that was before this was greater than Esau's kingdom, man. Than all these kingdoms, basically. But you know what it is. Esau, civilization started with the Greeks. You liars. You got silver up there, Medo-Persia, and you got the Babylonians, There was unto this now, because in the Babylonian Empire, they came to lodge in the tree, the great bay tree, which is symbolic for Nebuchadnezzar and his kingdom. All these nations came to lodge where he in his kingdom to be successful. And that's also with America. The merchants and all that, they're going to bewail America when it gets destroyed. You understand? This is a lot of wickedness that these devils have done, man. A lot of wickedness that they have to pay for. A lot. And the Lord will not, he will not acquit the wicked, man. The Lord is going to destroy Babylon, aka America, aka that great whore that rideth upon the colored beast. They're going to be out of there, man. This is what America stands for. This is crazy. The Masons and all that, And there's nothing good about them, man. So basically, I didn't want to make it too long, but hey, you can read about, Revelation 3:10 on down. This is our temptation, you need to make a choice. Choose righteousness, man. Choose the right things in the spirit. And if you trust upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord will always take care of you. He will always take care of you, man. You understand? In Sirach chapter 2, verse 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. So if you believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you will be rewarded, man. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So the Lord is not going to despise you, he's not going to fail you. He's trustworthy. Like in 1 Corinthians 10:13, he shall make a way to escape the temptation, man. You understand? In your lives that you go through now to build up character, and also, when it comes to our temptation, you're going to be guided if you keep praying to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to enlarge in your, to increase your faith. You understand? But you see it, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and save it in time of affliction. So don't let your sins wear you down. And, the Lord will forgive you if you actually make a change, if you don't go back to your old ways, but you go towards the Father, because sin separates you from your power. So you should grow and ask for the Spirit to leave off from your wicked ways and to grow towards the Lord, to be closer to the Lord and more like the Lord. So but the Lord is all righteousness. So we need to be more like the Lord. So we need to do better to be better, and to be found, worthy, to be approved by Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. So stick to the scriptures, man. Don't be overly righteous. Don't do too much, basically. Want to do, people out there with t-shirt garments. Okay, you want to have garments on. Okay, we wear our garments when we praying or when we prophesying, when we out there, but not when we go to construction jobs or offices. It's just not being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Don't be overly righteous. Oh yeah, we need to wear our fringes. We are in our captivity. In the kingdom, we can wear our fringes daily without these devils getting us into trouble and all that. You having to explain yourself all the time. You know how these people are. They're beasts, man. They can't understand righteousness. It's abominable to these people. So keep it simple, like the Apostle Gabar says, man. Keep it simple, stupid. That KISS acronym. So, but the thing is, to close it off, woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. So if you're weak in your mind, in the faith, that shows you this, for he believeth not. So if you be like, oh, I'm gonna just take the chick, man, I can't, you're all bitching out. What's going to happen? Therefore shall he not be defended. You understand? Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? So you see that? So keep the way of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts, their minds, and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not in the hands of man. And that's what your spirit should be like, man. Like after this damn devil, with his mark of the beast, man. We will eat. Just like all our forefathers ate. We had manna, we had quails, if you go back, the Lord brought food in the morning and in the evening. If you'd read about Elijah, or Elisha in the book of Kings, we will always be fed, man. So don't worry about that. Yeah, it was Elijah. You can read this for yourself. 1 Kings 17, verse 1 till 7. The ravens brought him, flesh, even flesh, man, in the morning, and bread in the evening, and he drank of the brook. So he was eating well, man. Some people don't even have one meal now. And if they have it, meat is one of the last things that they have, because that's luxury, man. So have faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. So with that, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak Kodash, double honor unto the apostles, also to the elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that taught us his truth. Salutations to the sincere Achim out there that are waking up the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and to all your brothers and sisters that believe in Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, to all y'all say Shalom. Don't take the MOTB.